but it's individuals like you that make the difference. But not only is there a diversity of people and the supporters that come together, there have been some old rules about politicking that we absolutely have broken. And that is that we were always taught in campaigning that you have to, first thing you do is develop a logo. You know, the campaign agrees on a logo. And then you keep the artwork all the same, and all the signs are the same, so you know everybody belongs to the same campaign. Well, the one characteristic of this campaign is there's no uniformity in our yard sign. That is our trademark. And then, of course, somebody came up with this idea of a revolution, and I saw a sign, I think, out west once, and I think that has sort of spread. I think we're in the midst of a revolution. So this is great. And we're not going to spend too much time here right now because we will be preparing to go outdoors and decide whether I need a coat or not. But it really is just a great excitement. And we may have some historic events today, but I don't know whether there's going to be 4 dozen or 6 dozen spammers out there, or a few thousand. You know, we never know. But I did find one of our biggest rallies early on a few weeks ago was the one that we had where people said, why would you go there? To the campus of the University of Michigan. What do they know about what we're talking about? Well, that turned out at the time to be essentially the biggest rally we have. But really what fascinated some of our hard money supporters is somebody started lighting up Federal Reserve notes and burning them in there. So maybe there truly is a revolution going on. But I like to think it's the restoration of the original revolution in this country, born and bred in a great city like Philadelphia, and the spirit of liberty certainly is here. And I think we should all feel that spirit today with an enthusiastic crowd, because if we can just revive that spirit. And I just marvel at the fact that when people like you come and bring the support and the enthusiasm, that nobody comes like all the other candidates. They get their money because they have to have a quid pro quo. It has to be a promise. What are you going to do for me? And the supporters of this campaign, they don't ask that but one thing. Just leave me alone. Get out of my life. Get out of my pocketbook. Get off my back. And why don't we have a better way to get on airplanes? You know, a few simple things like that we would like to have. But we'd like to have our privacy back, and we'd like to declare that government no longer should be secret. We ought to know what the government's doing. The government has no right to know what we're doing. And these are things that are really stirring the passions of a lot of people. And it's not like it's new and strange and radical. People would like to paint us all as radicals. But the truth is those who took a radical departure from liberty in our Constitution, they're in charge, so they can call us different names. But what we really want is just defending the principles of liberty, defending all those true things that has made this country great. We never had a perfect country. We never had a perfect Constitution, but we had some very, very good ideals, better than the rest, and we became the most prosperous and the freest country ever. But I believe what is happening now is people are starting to be quite aware that the fundamentals have disappeared. That although we're not all suffering and we're not all out in the street and there's no starvation, that there's something subtly understood by a growing number, probably a majority of the American people, that there's something wrong. And there's something wrong, and it has to do with what the government is doing that they shouldn't be doing. And what we need to is release this creative energy that comes from individuals that have responsibility for themselves and responsibility for their families, not only to take care of our families, but take care of their education, take care of their medical needs, and not have the government become the parent. And I think that message is out there, and whether people were never in politics, or whether they're Republicans who got tired of it, whether they were independents who go back and forth, or there just may be a few disgruntled Democrats that are looking at us too. But lo and behold, there's every reason to be very hopeful about what's happening. I don't make any predictions. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. and or the next week or two. But I know there's a lot of optimism and a lot of upbeat enthusiasm. But I cannot think that anything but good will come from this campaign. Thank you very much.